I'm safe for them, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, the reason I'm asking that is because we're not having those discussions.
I don't know for sure, but I think religion is a really intense topic for you. You get a little intense.
Okay.
He's intimidating. I don't think he realizes it though. I don't know.
Last night, Sister Wives, episode 14 of season 19, there was a lot that happened, but I am getting something off my chest here because there was a scene with Cody and Robin, and obviously they're talking about going back to church. And Cody, who is always the guy that's like, everything at Robin's house is perfect. All the kids love me. These are my kids. These are our kids. They're not Janelle's kids. They're not Robin's kids. They're not Christine's kids. They're Robin and my kids or my kids. The only kids he actually claims without denoting who they belong to. It's obvious here that there is something that has been not on camera. They have been completely not showing the discord that's happening in this house. And I think it's apparent that there's discord in this house because Dayton or David Dayton Brown isn't on the show anymore. And it's like he doesn't exist. And he lived in an RV on their driveway during this time. They now live in a different house. And I don't know if Dayton is living in the guest house at their new place. I don't know. But there was some uneasiness when it came to the daughters. And I noticed that Robin got very nervous when she was asked a question by Cody about whether or not the girls viewed him as safe in order to talk about religion with, because the girls want to go to a church. And she kind of stuttered, which you saw in the very beginning of this video. And she said religion can be kind of a intense topic for you. Now, Cody wants to know if he's safe. She says yes, but then she stutters. And then when the girls are asked if they would actually talk to Cody, their response made me kind of feel like there's something going on here and this is being hidden.
He's intimidating. I don't think he realizes it though. I don't know. I did talk to my dad about religion beforehand, just asking questions generally and stuff like that. Between my mom and my dad, they have different strengths in the way that they process things and communicate things. He's going to give like an unfiltered response, which I really appreciate about him. If I had a guess.
So they brought it up with you so that I wouldn't go off on some team, off on some lecture.
There's this thing about being around someone that's a narcissist. There's a few things. One, if you ask them a question about something, you don't really know what their response is going to be. If it's something that they think they know everything about, at least in my experience, having lived with one, if they know everything about it, it's going to be like a 40-minute conversation where you are told everything that you don't know and how they're awesome and how they know everything about it and how you need to listen to them and how everything should be about what they want and what they need and what's good for them. And it's probably not the direction that you wanted when you just had a simple question. Or if you ask them and it's not like the right moment or it somehow triggers them, it could be a fight and they could start yelling or they could use it to control you or they could use it to manipulate you. And because you don't necessarily know what is going to set off a narcissist and what's going to make them mad, in my experience growing up with one, you walk on eggshells a lot because you really don't know if they're going to pop off at you or if it's going to be a 30-minute conversation where they tell you everything they know and they're the best and they know everything about it and nobody knows it more than them. And either can be incredibly exhausting. And when Brianna said that he can be kind of intimidating and she kind of did that nervous laugh, it honestly reminded me of myself growing up as a kid when I didn't want to say anything bad about the person because I knew if I said something bad, they would take it the wrong way. They would take it personal because a tiny bit of just criticism is like you are wounding their soul. There's no way to criticize a narcissist any effective way without them flipping out. And so you get nervous about what you say and you might laugh. At least that's what I used to do. And so I feel like there is this timidness, this fear on confronting Cody about anything. And, you can put these girls on the show and make it look normal as much as you want. But every single time I see them on the show, they are devoid of emotion. They look extremely nervous. They look nervous like they're going to say the wrong thing. They look like they're reading a script or they're looking to each other to try to figure out, like, is this okay for me to say? Is that not okay for me to say? And it feels like they don't even really want to be there because they're not sure if there's going to be consequences for what they've said on the couch. And that's not a safe place. But most importantly, a parent who claims to be loving and have these great relationships with these kids shouldn't have to ask if he's a safe person for their children. I don't know about you, but if you have a loving relationship with your child, you should always be safe for them. You should always be able to listen to them without judgment, without them feeling fear or trepidation. And even to have to broach that question to your quote unquote love of your life wife, it's deeply disturbing to me because Cody would always say that he was safe in the house that he was in with Robin and no one outside was safe. And now it's like, well, am I safe to them? And she says yes, but it felt like the answer was no.